Good morning, this is Tracy with Totally Traced. I am here live. I'm going to demonstrate 2 cards for you today. So 2 for the price of 1. And I'm going to be using scraps from the Easter Joy class that I did this past Wednesday. So the card you're looking at right now is the Easter Joy class. Like I said, I demonstrated it live on Wednesday. It is up on my YouTube channel right now, which is YouTube Totally Trace. And I also have a kit available for this, so you can make these exact same cards. And I just want to show you what the kit looks like. So it has 6 sheets of the designer series paper. They're 6x6, plenty to make all these cards. You've got 3 feet of the ribbon, again, plenty to make the cards. And then you have envelopes, I don't know if you can see those, that all include, all the card stock is prepped for you, like these flowers are already done for you, the baskets are done for you. And then it also has, you're gonna make a little Easter basket treat. I didn't pull that out, but it's a cute Easter basket treat holder that holds some candy. And so you have the supplies on that, on the back, and then also some white cardstock to do all your stamping. So if you are interested in this kit, I do still have them, and the link for that is in the comments section. But like I said, I am here to demonstrate 2 new cards for you. So if you are joining me, because I do see some of you popping in, say hi to me in the comments, let me know you're here. All right, so today the card I am making is one that I traced. So my name is Totally Traced because I believe crafting is all about getting inspiration from others. And it's just a play on my name. My name is Tracy. So I like to trace ideas, and I love for you to trace my ideas. Let's see, I'm just getting things together here. So this one came from Sunny Stamping. She did this card years ago with the Taco Fiesta set, for those of you that remember that set. I changed the measurements a little bit. And sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. So I've changed the measurements a little bit. I'm using totally different paper, of course. And let's get started. So I do have a 5.5 by 4.25 sheet of Shy Shamrock. So that's going to be my card base. And then I pulled out this paper. So this paper, and of course I don't remember the name of it for you, but it's part of the Easter Joy suite. It comes with a few sheets of specialty paper. So I'm going to cut this at 4. Ooh, and that is doing some fun things to the camera. Hopefully it's not making you dizzy. Like, it looks like the stripes are moving. So I'm cutting this to 4 by 5.25. Ooh, this paper is shiny. So between the lights and the camera, it's doing some fun things. All right, this is going to get glued to here. You know me, I'm not going to glue anything down until I'm ready, but that's what that looks like. And then these are, like I said, these are scraps left over from the Easter Joy. So if you have that kit from me, you have these pieces. And I'm going to cut them down to 4 by 2.25. So I'm going to cut the 2 at 2.25 first, so I have nice long strips for more scraps. 2.25 by 4. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And again, I'm making 2 cards today because we're actually going, oops, I almost cut that wrong. We are going to get 2 cards out of what I'm about to do with these. And I'm really hoping I cut them. Okay, good. When I almost cut the second one wrong, I thought, did I cut the first one wrong? But no. All right, we are going to make triangles out of these. So to do that, I'm just going to line up one corner where it cuts and then this corner. And I want them both lined up there. And then I am cutting from the center and going up and down, because if you come down, sometimes you bend that corner. I know that because I've done it. If you are making this card, notice I am using, like maybe you're using your own paper, I am using non-directional. In other words, it doesn't matter what direction this lays, it's not going to look upside down. Whereas if I had put this under there, it doesn't work quite as well when you're making triangles. So just a small tip there. All right, now I'm going to use one of each of these here. And, oh boy, I might have already messed up here. Did I? This is where because see, we want it to go this way, but I really wanted the eggs. All right. This is where my directional challenge has a problem. So we're going rogue here. I'm going to make it a different card than what I first originally thought. Now, you know, I made a sample and it worked, but I must have done something different this time. All right, but look, that is still cute. All right, now I've got a white piece, and that piece is 3 3/4 by 2.5. And then I've just gone up 1/4 inch for the Shy Shamrock. So this is 4 by 2 3/4. So I'll say those measurements again for you. 3 3/4 by 2.5, 4 by 2 3/4. And this is going to be where we're going to stamp. So I'm pulling out my Easter basket stamp set, and I love the little bunnies on this. So that's what I'm pulling out. And we're going to use the sky. I'm going to use my Memento ink. And I'm not going to stamp all the way at the bottom because you'll see why in a minute. Let's just do him off to the side. And you know what? I think I want that little chick. This chick is adorable. We'll stamp him right next to him. See, isn't he so cute? And then, of course, we're going to want to color these. So I'm using the Daffodil Delight, the light version of the Stampin' Blends. And of course, you can get fancy and blend this as much as you want. I use the fat end most of the time, and I use it like a paintbrush when I'm doing it. But these are alcohol markers, so they're perfect for blending. I'm just going to do a simple color job. So that was the light pumpkin pie. And then for my bunny, I'm going to keep him white, but let's color his ears and nose. So I pulled out the light flirty flamingo. So cute. All right, and now I want a sentiment on there. So let's see. With this set, you get Happy Easter, Easter's on its way, For You, Hello Spring. I think I want to do Hello Spring. Let me put that on my block. And I'm going to pull out Shy Shamrock ink. Seems fitting since tomorrow starts March, full of shamrocks. Now I did do all my stamping before I glued down. That way if I messed up, I could just flip it over. But since I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to glue that onto the Shy Shamrock cardstock. Okay, so now this is actually going to rest right in here. And then, actually, I won't give that away yet. So let's glue this down. If you haven't used this, I think it's called Easter Joy, the paper. If you haven't used it, it's unlike any other cardstock that Stampin' or a designer series paper that Stampin' Up! Has had. It's very thick. It's thicker than their cardstock, and it's very slick. I mean, I know it looks shiny, but it's slick as well. And so this paper is that way, and then also the paper that comes as an add-on in the suite. All right, so these I'm going to glue down, but I only want to do the edge and not the hypotenuse. Do you like that math vocabulary I just threw at you there? Because I want that piece to slide in. So again, I'm only doing the edge. We're just going to line that up. Good morning, everybody. I'm seeing lots of familiar faces. Nobody's saying hi. Are we sleepy? Whether you're in Australia about to go to bed or near me and just waking up. All right. So again, this now slides in here, but we do want it to be a card. Whoops. Maybe I need to let that glue stay for a little bit longer. Yeah, because I just moved the whole thing. So you have a couple options here. You can put another piece of white here to say something, or you can put it on the back, or you could have made this an entire foldable card base. So for example, instead of just using the 5.5 by 4 1/4, you could have done 5.5 by 8.5 and then scored it at 4 1/4, which is what I'm going to do just to show you. Because I make so many cards, it's just sometimes I like them to be a little different, so I don't always give a full card base, but it could have been like that, so they have that pull out and they can open it. But I'm just going to put one on the back. Actually, I think I'm going to put one on the very back, right there. And of course, you could stamp another bunny on this. You could put another sentiment. You could add some more designer series paper. All right, I'm going to try and stick it in here without, my glue should be dry, but just in case it's not. And there we go. So it looks like a card front, but they have that little piece that they can pull out. And again, you could put a message on the back. So there is one card. Okay. But I did promise you two. So I've got these pieces left over. So I'm going to make another card. Nope, I don't think I like that. Let's do it that way. Again, I'm not going to glue down. We're going to kind of play with it. So one of my favorite things about this Easter basket, or this Easter basket bundle, is this die right here. It makes such cute baskets. And so I have pre-cut a white basket. So I was thinking that would go in the middle there. And then, of course, I've got to fill the basket. So that's the fun part of this. These die cuts, they have grass. They have the little ruffle. They've got carrots, Easter eggs, little chocolate bunny. So you can just go crazy with the decorating on this. This is my favorite bunny. So I'm going to use him. And let's see, I'm getting a scrap piece out. And again, I'm going to stamp him in the Memento ink. So if you have the kit, you have the supplies to make this one. Because again, we're just using those two pieces, and I use that from leftover from the kit. So the other card that I just made, you would need another piece for that. All right, the last bunny I left as white. This one I'm gonna color. I love this bunny when he's colored with a light crumb cake. All right, I see even more of you are popping in. Say hi to me in the comments. Tell me where you're from. Tell me, do you have this set? Do you send Easter cards? I do a monthly class at my neighborhood clubhouse. And I said, you know, will you send Easter cards? Do you want me to make it? And they were kind of like, And then I showed them the cards. And they were like, yep, we want an Easter class. So that's what I will be doing in a couple weeks. Because the paper and the stamps are just so stinking cute. All right, so there we go. And then I am gonna run this through. So let me just show you these dies. There's flowers in here. This is a really cute spring set. Okay, so I'm just gonna run it through just like that. Give me just a minute to get him run through. All right. Okay, so now here is what I love about this guy is that he can hold things. And so I'm gonna have him hold something in just a minute. I'm just doing a little bit of fussy cutting right now to get that extra edge. I went through too fast through the embosser, but we can just cut that right off. Okay, so I'm gonna cut along his paws. And again, I showed this technique in the Easter Joy class. You can still catch that class. It is, of course, in my video section on Facebook, but then it's also on my YouTube channel. I know sometimes it's easier to find things on YouTube than it is on Facebook. Janice says she wants the set. You don't have it? I'm surprised. Janice, I would recommend you get that now because I think now that March is here, I think it's going to go quick. I mean, you never know. You never know what goes and what doesn't go. Look at Lovely Arrangements. I checked on it this morning. So see how he can hang off the basket? Tell me that is not adorable. Let's see. Let's decorate this basket even more. So there's also a die that looks like this, and that is what it cuts out. So now I cut it with 3 different sheets of paper. And so I'm just gonna weave my basket. What was I saying? Oh, I checked this morning, Lovely Blossoms. Everything is sold out. Everything. I mean, I get it. It is definitely one of the best ones that I've ever worked with. I've loved making cards. But who knew? Who knew it'd be so popular? All right, and I don't think I want to add the Shy Shamrock. So let's add some Balmy Blue. If you are one that loves crafting because it's just kind of that mindless stress relief, this is a set for you. Like anything that you have to color is always, I love like just the mindlessness of that. But then even making these baskets is the same way. All right. See, so cute. I'm thinking I might leave my basket like that. Yeah, that's adorable. All right, so let's figure out a sentiment. Let me get all these out of the way before I lose them. I mean, this definitely screams Easter, so let's try Happy Easter. And let me grab a scrap. I wonder if this scrap is fat enough. Looks like it. And I think I'm going to do Pretty in Pink. I'm really liking how the pink and the Shy Shamrock together. I also like this paper because it brings out the in colors, and I haven't used these in colors for a while, so it's been fun to play with them again. I definitely don't want to cover the basket, so I'm thinking like that might go up there somewhere. All right, now that I look at that, let's try it in Shy Shamrock. It's not having the cute factor that I thought it would. Looks like my stamp needed to be seasoned a little bit more. I feel like I've used this enough that it should be stamping crisp. Okay, still not sure I like that, so let's cut this. Yep, that's the winner. And then the sweet does come with the Easter eggs. To be honest, I haven't used them yet. I don't even think it needs it. And that's saying a lot because you guys know I love my gems. But I feel like the die cuts do a lot of the work. The paper and the die cuts are enough for this one. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. Hi, Darlene, from Northwest Florida. So I am Central West Florida. Does that make sense? North and south, I'm in the center, but I am on the West Coast. All right. Now, the secret with this is I just put, like, I don't glue that bunny down at all to the basket. I just overlap a dimensional. And then I'll put one down in this corner. Ooh, I know what we could add. I wonder if I have any die cut. There's also these cute bows. So we'll see if I want to add that. And maybe, let's use a mini up on his ear. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pop these up too. And I'm putting my dimensionals just a little bit off the side so that it doesn't hit that basket handle. see what a bow will look like. So the in the die set, there's also, look how cute this bow is. What do you think? Does it need the bow? Oh, why not? Blue's the only color I have, so that's what we're going to stick with. Oh, I'm looking all over for my dimensionals, and they're right in front of my face. Okay, some likes for that. So I guess we do like the blue bow. Ooh, that definitely needs another dimensional on the other side. And then we do want people to write inside of it. So, okay, I've got the chick out, so why not put the chick in there? And we'll color them. Get that cute little beak. All right, Lisa says, yes, the bow. And then Tracy says, was supposed to say bow. I don't know, maybe I missed one that, like, did you have a typo? Happens to me all the time. And she is from Illinois. And, oh, look, I was about to color him pink. See, I'm talking too much. Let's not color the chick pink. Tracy, we spell our name the same way. Have I said that to you before? It's so rare to find somebody that has the EY. Okay, and we'll just glue this down. All right, so if you came in a little late today, I did actually make 2 cards, and I give you all the measurements for both of these cards. So go back and watch the replay if you want those. There we go. So this was the second card I made because I had these triangles, and then this is the first card. So it has that fun pop out, and then they can write on the back, or I talked about how you could make it a card. So those are the 2 cards. These triangles came from scraps from the kit. So again, if you want the kit, it's in the comments. You'll get the 6x6 paper, the 3 feet of the ribbon, and then all the cardstock prepped for you to make 5 cards and a little cute Easter basket holder. If you liked today's, I would love for you to like it or love it and share it. And then remember, Wednesday, I am live with my free card class. So join me Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern time, and I'll be sharing measurements for a card, and I'll be making 4 different cards using those same measurements. And then it's always an easy replicable card so that you can make one too using it. Oh, Tracy, you have this set. Yes, get it out. It's a lot of fun to play with. All right. Oh, and I see the hearts going by. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.